thank you for joining us on the news desk of NTA Channel 5 Abuja at 1. My name is Tessie Umiri, and we begin with green environment. The Federal Capital Territory Administration is encouraging residents to embrace the greenhouse policy of President Muhammadu Buhari's administration. This is one of the fallouts of the FCT Security Committee meeting chaired by the Minister Muhammad Musa Bello at his residence in Abuja, as Onoze Yakubu tells us more.
The greenhouse policy of the present administration is to grow what you eat, which can be achieved using the backyards of most homes. In an interview after the FCT ESCO meeting, Secretary for Agriculture and Rural Development, Abubakar Ibrahim, disclosed that the Secretariat has trained more than 600 women and youth on greenhouse farming in Gwagwalada. He also allayed the fears of farmers in the nation's capital and urged them to go about their business of growing food for the residents of the territory as measures have been taken to ensure their safety.
If you go to Gwagwalada, we have established 4 greenhouse farming in Gwagwalada area council, and we intend to replicate the same in the 4 area councils, namely Kwali, Abaji, Kuje, and then Buari. So we have discussed it at the ESCO, and then the ESCO giving us go ahead to put it at part of our 2022 budget proposal.
The Secretary further revealed that the Secretariat is collaborating with the Nigerian Meteorological Agency (NIMET) on weather-related issues with the aim of sharing the information and analysis with the farmers to ensure food security in the FCT.
For optimal production of milk and exclusive breastfeeding of infants, organizations in the public and private sectors have been advised to set up creches and lactation rooms, as well as other support facilities for breast milk preservation, in addition to providing flexible working arrangements for nursing mothers. The advocacy was at the FCT Town Hall meeting for the 2022 World Breastfeeding Week. Serafina Okun Umekwe reports.
The importance of breast milk in the life of a child can never be overemphasized, as latest statistics by the Ministry of Health puts exclusive breastfeeding at 29%. Thus, medical experts say if there must be reduction of infant mortality, all hands must be on deck to ensure exclusive breastfeeding for 6 months. This figure, key players say, is a call to action for Ministry of Health to step up campaigns on exclusive breastfeeding nationwide.
We should declare a state of emergency in the issue of exclusive breastfeeding, because it's belonged, our indices in the issue of exclusive breastfeeding has been crawling and walking like a chameleon, because most of the women doesn't want to do exclusive breastfeeding for so many reasons. Some of them will say the breast will sag, some of them will say I still want to maintain my shape.
Breastfeeding and exclusive breastfeeding is the foundation for life. It's the most effective nutrition for a young child.
Director FCT Primary Healthcare Board, Dr. Rukaya Wamako, in her interactions with participants, expressed salient views on the benefits of building a strong immune system for infants, improving the capacities of healthcare workers, and carrying out more enlightenment campaigns, especially for rural communities found to have cultural inhibitions. The meeting also threw up engagements between various categories of health workers and nursing mothers on a wide range of issues ranging from breast milk substitutes to calls for action on training and retraining.
So we go back today, we're still going to encourage them so that they will not stop this breastfeeding. Let them continue with this breastfeeding because they have seen the advantage of their children.
And that is why we advocate for early initiation, putting the baby to breast early, within the first hour of life. This is because that early stimulation, that early initiation helps the overall lactation management.
Expectations are that the target of the nation's healthcare system on breastfeeding and the National Food and Nutrition Policy Vision envisages 65% by the year 2025. In Abuja, Serafina Okun Umekwe, NTA News.
Upsurging cases of insecurity in the country has given rise to a national stakeholders forum on parenting for peace in Nigeria. Organized by the Ministry of Women Affairs and Youth Development in collaboration with Mercy Corps Nigeria, the forum seeks to have stakeholders brainstorm towards preventing violent extremism among the youths across the Federation. Safia Inoma Uchi has details.
Lately, disheartening reports of terrorism, banditry, killings, insurgency, which impacts mostly on women and children, brought about the urgent meeting to give insight on the way forward. Minister of Women Affairs and Youth Development, represented by Director of Economic Services and Permanent Secretary Women Affairs, Idris Mohammed, says the forum is to dialogue on the way out of violence and security issues bedeviling the country.
I think we need to bring women on board because they are the first pillar of every family.
The research has shown that these terrorist acts can be impacted by positive action at the home front. The second key thing I'd like us to take away is that Mercy Corps, with our interventions in Nigeria, has been committed to promoting peace, and we will continue to do so.
It has also become imperative to educate women on how not to raise children that have tendencies of violence.
First and foremost is for us to really intensify and create the awareness for even parents to understand what parenting really means and what responsibility it brings about on people that bring children into this world.
It is from the social welfare offices. They offer what they call case management, family case management, in case the husband and wife are not living well, in case the children are even out of control of the parents.
The mothers, the grandmothers, the parents, the fathers, the brothers, the sisters, we should come together and then look at what is really happening to see how we can curtail it down.
A communique is expected at the end of deliberations with suggested ways of building stronger relationship with communities and the use of media to achieve this objective. Safia Noma Uchi, NTA News.
Security experts have advocated citizens' active participation in the fight against security challenges, especially at this period when the nation is bedeviled by a plethora of insecurity. But how much of this awareness on the do's and don'ts of security measures in their domains do people have? Onotu Yakubu in this report takes a look at the situation in the nation's capital.
The holidays are here, and it is that period of all-day marathon play for children. But in recent time, a common enemy is posing threat to this joyous moment. Insecurity ravages the society, but much worrisome is the question of people's level of security consciousness and their role in neighborhood watch. So this called for interaction with these children on this all-important issue.
How security conscious are you of your environment?
I would say very.
For instance, if you see a stranger in your neighborhood now or at the front of your door, what do?
I'll call my parents if they're expecting anyone. I would also tell the police that there is a particular person in my house and I'm not familiar with the person.
Security consciousness help you to identify someone that you don't know, how to people that are bad, and how to be careful in our environment.
Now, where did you learn all of this?
From school.
That is for Dada and his friends, thanks to the efforts of social institutions such as schools. But then the same thing cannot be said most of parents and adults in their situation.
Ill-informed moral grandstanding has been a major factor influencing individuals' role in strengthening neighborhood watch and community policing efforts.
When I get to my house, I drive in, they lock my gates, and I don't know what is happening outside my gate.
As somebody who comes around here to do business, how often have you taken time to interact with people around here to strengthen community policing?
Actually, I have not done that.
Otumba Bolaji Adegun is chairman, FCT Police Community Relations Committee, PCRC, an initiative conceived to drive security consciousness and active involvement amongst residents.
Most of us have been taking it not seriously.
But the security aspect of it, we have been preaching it for a long time. And it's a hard time for us to join hands, and all hands should be on deck.
Security observers say addressing security threats require advocacy, leveraging on information technology, multiple stakeholders' collaboration, and strengthen manpower strategies to address the challenges. Onotu Yakubu, NTA News.
And still talking security, FCT residents have been reminded on the need to take their personal security seriously as their nonchalant attitude towards security consciousness is a challenge. The Assistant Commissioner of Police, Nuruddin Sabo, who is also the Area Commander Metro, gave the advice during the weekly security program on NTA Channel 5 Abuja called The Police. Ainehi Osereme tells us more.
The emphasis is arousing security consciousness of residents, considering the dimension bandit terrorists have taken where they operate within the border towns and flee.
If you see something, say something. If you didn't say something, something will happen immediately. But if you see something, you say something. If you observe, say anything that is you are not comfortable with, your instinct will tell you into your mind that something is about to happen, or these people, they are not good people. So raise alarm. Call our control and our emergency line or the emergency line of 112 and give us information. If you give us information, then we'll look on that information.
The area commander also enumerated series of operations as well as effective use of technology in crime fighting in the country as deployed by the IG.
Always we have what we call buffer zone before, now it's restore peace, which the IGP has changed the name of the buffer zone to restore peace. So we posted so many open and covered our personnel within the border of all this state. That what is preventing them to get access to enter FCT.
He assured FCT residents of their proactiveness in crime fighting, as crime can be reduced to its barest minimum if they support with intelligent and effective collaboration. Anene Osereme, NTA News.
The Sape Garki Usman Ngakupi has advised Nigerians to bury their differences and embrace peace in order to have meaningful development. The traditional ruler gave the advice when the management of NTA Channel 5 Abuja paid him a courtesy visit. Rosemary Moltelel Bilal tells us more.
Peaceful coexistence among the people, irrespective of religious and tribal differences, has been attributed to the socio-economic development of the society. It is against this backdrop that the management of NTA Channel 5 Abuja visited the Sape Garki. His Royal Highness Usman Ngakupi thanked NTA for always projecting the norms and values of NTA-rich heritage through their informative and educative programs.
I also want to use this media to still request us, as being Nigerians, we are all stakeholders to this nation, that we should try all we could, whatever challenges we are passing through, we shall have to lay down our arms to allow peace to reign.
The General Manager, NTA Channel 5 Abuja, Paul Ati, appreciated the long-existing relationship between the Garki chiefdom and the NTA family, adding that the visit was to seek for his royal blessings and continued support.
We are here to
We seem to be having some technical glitch there. The news at 1 continues after this timeout. Stay with us.
The immediate cause of the latest queues in Abuja remains unknown.
Conceived with the intent to ease the flow of traffic in the nation's capital.
Whichever way it turns out, either to consolidate on the existing mandate or institute a new dispensation.
Located within the Abuja Municipal Area Council, AMAC.
How much do people know about ADR? Are charting a path to having more youth participate in governance, in addition to building young entrepreneurs.
Residents of the Federal Capital Territory are calling on the federal government to, as a matter of urgency, look into the situation.
You have to strike a balance to have a future that you don't have to regret.
Like experts say, what kills
really is fear.
In Abuja, Onoze Yakubu,
NTA News.
Thank you for staying with us. In matching words with action, the FCT Ministerial Task Team on City Sanitation has continued with its onslaught against the illegal structures along the road corridor. Onoze Yakubu reports on day 2 of the demolition exercise in Kuje town.
The clean-up exercise is a measure to mitigate
Our sincere apologies to you out there. We seem to be having some technical itch, but we are trying to fix it to serve you better. Let's go back to our report on Kuje Demolition Day 2.
The clean-up exercise is a measure to mitigate proliferation of illegal structures obstructing the free flow of traffic. These follow months of sensitization and abatement notices from the relevant authorities. The Senior Special Assistant on Monitoring, Inspection and Enforcement to the FCT Minister Iharu Atta says the exercise will be sustained to rid Kuje town of criminal hideouts. He, however, maintains that the task team's determination to reclaim the rail corridor as directed by the FCT Minister.
We'll be going straight to the rail corridor in Kuje to clear and reclaim the entire rail corridor. Keep it safe, and children can use that for other things about recreation, where we hope that we get enough funding to actually build the rail lot that will connect Kuje, Gwagwalada, Kwali, and that to Abachi.
I want government to help them and find where them will stay, because the country now is too hard.
Petty traders and many others are still counting their losses as they watch the bulldozers pull down their structures. From Kuje town, Onoze Yakubu, NTA News.
A better and ideal Nigeria is possible with collective partnership that reshapes leadership values and mentorship. This is the position the Nigeria Emerging Leaders Forum is towing to bring about quality leadership changes in the socio-political landscape of the country. Abdullahi Ajia reports from the briefing of the Youth-Driven Forum.
Driven by the patriotic zeal to bring about the change they desire in their country as concerned citizens, the Nigerian Emerging Leaders Forum is championing a deliberate national revival through dialogue.
It is our conviction, together as a community of young people in Nigeria, we can start a conversation to galvanize like minds in order to turn around things politically, economically, and socially for optimal development.
The group revealed that part of its objectives is to galvanize and influence quality leadership skills with decisions that will serve as nexus between good leaders and the youths, which have been captured in a 5-point agenda.
We have a unique chance to ensure that we build the future we deserve in Nigeria. We can make it happen. We have bountiful talents, the strength of our diversity, our tenacity and resilience to succeed should make you all agree with me that we are at the threshold of greatness.
Guided by their principles of working the talk in building a viable and sustainable nation, these youths maintain that Nigeria and the desired peace for unity is non-negotiable. In Abuja, Abdullahi Ajia, NTA News.
And from youths and good governance, let's take a look at youths and skills development. The federal government has reiterated its commitment to building skills and capacity of youths for rapid growth in technology base of the country. Executive Chairman, National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure, NASENI, Professor Muhammad Sani Haruna, disclosed this at the groundbreaking ceremony of NASENI Skill Development Center and North Central Zonal Engineering and Science Integrated Laboratory, KEFI, in Nasarawa State. Suraj Abdullahi brings us details.
It is a common belief that engaging youth in science and technology is a determinant factor for accelerated economic growth and well-being of the people in any given society. The desire to achieve this is the catalyst behind the NASENI Skill Development Center and North Central Zonal Engineering and Science Integrated Laboratory, KEFI, Nasarawa State. Executive Vice Chairman of NASENI, Professor Muhammad Sani Haruna, at the groundbreaking ceremony for the construction of the center, disclosed that the center was to complement both state and federal government efforts on job creation and cater for the needs of the less privileged.
This skill development center will train and develop middle-level manpower and focus on employability in selected occupational areas, provide and improve training standard, and ensure that the right technical and vocational skills needed by the local industries are available.
Nasarawa State Governor Abdullahi Sule said the state will continue to synergize with NASENI in its drive towards technological and engineering infrastructural revolution.
This endeavor is highly commendable, as it will enhance skill acquisition and improve the capacities of our workforce here in the state. This is in line with the vision and commitment of our administration.
In medicine, you need the technology that drives medicine today. So this is a very, very essential project.
Residents lauded the initiative, describing it as pathway to rid youth of crime. Similarly, NASENI had earlier conducted a groundbreaking ceremony of Agricultural Machinery and Equipment Development Institute, AMEDI, in Lafia, the Nasarawa State capital. Suraj Abdullahi, NTA News.
The immediate cause of the latest queues in Abuja remains unknown.
Conceived with the intent to ease the flow of traffic in the nation's capital.
Whichever way it turns out, either to consolidate on the existing mandate or institute a new dispensation.
Located within the Abuja Municipal Area Council, AMAC.
How much do people know about ADR? Are charting a path to having more youth participate in governance, in addition to building young entrepreneurs.
Residents of the Federal Capital Territory are calling on the federal government to, as a matter of urgency, look into the situation.
You have to strike a balance to have a future that you don't have to regret.
Like experts say, what kills really is fear.
In Abuja, Onoze Yakubu,
NTA News.
And on sports, President Muhammadu Buhari has congratulated Inebong Esen, the 16-year-old Nigerian girl, for finishing second at the Champion of Champions World Golf Invitational Tournament in Northern Ireland. A statement signed by the Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, expressed the President's delight over the achievements of the young star, who currently tops the junior player cadre in Nigeria and has been credited with more than 20 medals since she won her first medal at the age of 5. President Buhari joins all Nigerians in celebrating this great teenager who is doing so much for the country by demonstrating that hard work and determination pays. He wishes the golfer more spectacular success in her career. And still talking sports, Team Nigeria concludes weightlifting event with more medals as Onyekure Chioma sets record in discus to win gold at the Commonwealth Games. Details on this and more with Benedicta Inya on Sports Brief.
Tuesday, day 5 of the 2022 Commonwealth Games brought delight to Team Nigeria as the country favorable compete for more medals. Podium finishes saw Onyekore Chioma grab the gold medal after a series of astounding throws of a personal best of 61.70 meter, while fellow compatriot Amechi Obiangeli clinched the bronze medal, all in the discus event. Chioma became the first Nigerian woman in history to win a gold medal in the discus at the Commonwealth Games. Other medal for the country on Tuesday came from Mary Taiwo Osijo, who lifted a combined total of 225 kg from snatch, clean and jack to win bronze medal, with Nigeria ending her campaign on weightlifting events. Today, the day 6 will feature Team Nigeria in a couple of events in the track and field as well as table tennis, para-table tennis and boxing, with earlier performers giving prospect of additional podium finish. Expectations are high and also on Nigeria para-athletes who are competing in the race for medals. Meanwhile, Team Nigeria quest for a medal in the men's team table tennis at the ongoing 2022 Commonwealth Games came to an end after losing their third place game to England 3-0, missing the opportunity to grab a bronze medal. As at the time of filing this report, Nigeria has 8 medals, 3 gold, 1 silver and 4 bronze medals, and 10th on the medals table. With Sports Brief, Benedicta Inya, NTA News.
And that's the news at 1. We thank you for your time. Keep it at 7 for more reports. Thank you for watching. Have a beautiful afternoon.